Om Shanti. Today's English Murali, 19th August 2021. Now you can listen, read, and also improve your English with meditation. Murali, Bap Dada, Madhuri. Essence. Sweet children, you are the true Raj Rishis and Raj Yogis, and you therefore definitely have to become pure in order to claim the kingdom. Sweet children, Baba says, sweet children, you are the true Raj Rishis and Raj Yogis, and you therefore definitely have to become pure in order to claim the kingdom. Question: what attention must you pay to make you worthy of the kingdom? Answer: if you pay full attention to the study, you can receive the kingdom. Listen carefully to what the Father says and imbibe it well. When the Father speaks to you and you children listen to him, you receive the kingdom. If while listening to him you yawn or nod off, or if your intellect wanders, you lose the kingdom. Therefore, pay full attention to the study. Song: we have to follow this path where we may fall, and we therefore have to be cautious. Om Shanti. We have to follow this path where we may fall, and we therefore have to be cautious. The spiritual father explained to you spiritual children. Today Baba will explain to you children about Hatha Yoga and Raj Yoga. You children know that whatever yoga people outside teach, it is Hatha Yoga, because they are sannyasis and renunciates of karma. In fact, householders should not study Hatha Yoga or the renunciation of karma. It is the path of isolation and a separate religion. Your religion is the deity religion. Those deities attained the kingdom by studying Raj Yoga. You are now Raj Rishis. Rishis are those who remain pure. You are now pure. If you don't remain pure, you cannot be called Rishis. You become pure in order to receive the kingdom. Those people don't become pure to attain the kingdom. You know, we had a pure kingdom in the pure world. There was the pure, worthy of worship, family path of the deities in the Bharat 5000 years ago. They have now become impure worshippers. How did they become impure? There is the account of 84 births. The Father who is teaching you easy Raj Yoga also tells you the account of 84 births. What would those of the sannyas religion know about other religions? This is the ancient religion of the deities. The religion comes into existence later. Sannyasis cannot understand that which took place in the past. You know, there are many types of Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga and the path of devotion begin in the Copper Age at the same time. This is now Raj Yoga. Those people have been studying Hatha Yoga for birth after birth. You study Raj Yoga for just one birth. They take rebirth and have to study Hatha Yoga for birth after birth. You don't have to take rebirth in order to study Raj Yoga. Only at the conferences do you study this Raj Yoga. Once you have received the kingdom and it is heaven, all the other religion disappear. You are Raj Rishis. Radhe and Krishna are pure. Krishna is also called a Mahatma, great soul. Mahatmas are pure. You too are now Mahatmas and Rajrishis. A Mahatma means a pure great soul. These things are not mentioned in the scriptures. The scriptures are created later. They sit and write them like stories. They sit and make up plays about the things that happened in the past. None of those things is true. The Father is now teaching you, children, in a practical way. They have then made up of some history about this. They were the Yadvas, the Kauravas, and Pandavas. They must definitely have existed at the conferences. People have sat and made up a history of the conferences. The festivals too belong to the conferences. The festivals of Raksha Bandhan is based on purity. The Father makes everyone pure here and has them make a promise. The memorial of that starts later. 6. Wear a steel bracelet, and that is a sign of purity. Hindus wear a sash, which is also a sign of purity. However, they don't remain pure. They have a rakhi tied, but they don't understand the meaning of that. Previously, Brahmin priest used to tie rakhis, but now a sister ties a rakhi on her brother and he gives her a gift of money. This fashion has now been created. In fact, it is a matter of purity. The Father says, children, lust is the greatest enemy. Those Brahmin priests don't explain in this way. The unlimited Father now says, children, promise you will remain pure and never indulge in vice. You call out to the Father to come and purify the impure. No one calls out to him in the golden and silver ages. That is the kingdom of Rama. This is the kingdom of Ravan. The five vices don't exist in the kingdom of Rama, as are the king and queen. So the subjects. You children know you are now claiming the kingdom of heaven from Baba. You definitely have to leave this hell. Baba has come to purify us and take us to heaven. So why should we not become pure? They have many different type of Hatha Yoga. Go and see the variety of Hatha Yogis there are in the museum at Jaipur. Nothing is accomplished through that. They just continue to come down the ladder. The Father has explained that when Bharat becomes impure and the kingdom of Ravan begins, the earth begins to shake. All the golden places, etc., go down below. It is not that the palaces were looted, just the temples were looted and some of the gold and jewelries was taken. You are those who have the greatest interest in the jewelry. As soon as you go to heaven, you wear jewelry and rule of kingdom. Those of the other religion do not rule a kingdom as soon as they come. You are claiming your inheritance of the kingdom of the heaven from the unlimited Father. The Father sits here and explains this. He does not recite the Gita to you. I did not speak everything that is written in the Gita. It was human beings who later made up that scripture from the elevated version I spoke. Only you heard the things I had said to you, and you then went and ruled the kingdom. This knowledge does not remain here. The Father sits here as the teacher and teaches you. The Father only explains in Hindi. Here everyone speaks Hindi because your language is Hindi. In fact, the ancient language is Hindi, not Sanskrit. The Sanskrit language emerged after Sankaracharya. Those who come later start their own language. It is not that Baba spoke the Gita in the Sanskrit language, no. Guru Nanak has his own Granth. He established the Sikh religion, and people therefore believe him to be an incarnation. There are even kings in that religion. There are no kingdom amongst the sannyasis. Baba has explained Buddha, Christ, etc. are at first householder souls. However, those who are impure householders cannot establish a religion. A pure soul entered each of them and established a religion. There are many other different religions. They come and establish their own small sects, etc. This too is shown in the picture of the tree. There is a lot of difference between Hatha Yoga and Raj Yoga. These matters have to be understood. Those who can't understand these things continue to nod off or yawn all the time. You are receiving treasures here. The income is very great. You fill your apron with jewels. You have to listen to this with your eyes open. If you continue to nod off or your intellect continue to wander outside, you cannot attain the kingdom. You are the Raj rishis who attain the kingdom. The Father and not Sri Krishna is establishing the kingdom. Krishna receives the inheritance from the Father. Your Father is the incorporeal one from whom you are to receive the inheritance of the kingdom of the world. You become so wealthy. Only the one Father comes here and teaches you Raj Yoga. You can travel and tour around, eat and drink, but you simply have to remember the Father. The wealthy definitely eat well. They eat the fruit of their income. You may eat malpura, fried sweet roti, especially prepared for bhog on Mamma's days, or just plain roti. But remember the Father. You may eat anything. What do you have all the money for? Baba doesn't forbid you anything. Simply have yoga with Father. There is no expense in establishing this kingdom. There is so much expenditure on those war. There is so much expenditure on aeroplanes. When aeroplanes crash, they are totally destroyed. There is so much damage caused. The Father says, remember the Father while walking and moving around. Continue to spin the discus of self-realization. We have completed our 84 births. We are now going home. We will return home and then come and rule the kingdom. You are actors. Those films last for 2 and a half hours. This unlimited plays continued for 5,000 years. Only human beings can understand this. This world is a forest of thorns. The biggest thorn is lust because it causes sorrow from its beginning through the middle to its end. The second number thorn is anger. Look at the signs of it. The Mahabharat war. When they become angry about something, they immediately start dropping bombs. They have now created such bombs, don't even ask. There is no battling, etc. in the Golden Age. The Mahabharata war has been shown at the conferences. There is no mention of this war in any other scripture. When you are there, you are master of the whole world. There cannot be any question of war. They have portrayed a war between devils and deities in the scripture. However, the deities are non-violent. You become the masters of the world through the power of yoga. This is the power of silence. You don't have to say anything. Through this power of remembrance, you claim the kingdom of the world from Baba. Look at how much difference there is. Destruction takes place with the power of science. Through that very science, you will then see the happiness of the golden age. They invent things through science. They do that for happiness. They too will come and take knowledge. Everyone comes to the exhibition. As you make further progress, everyone will come. The sound of your power of silence will spread. You ask them who the God of the Gita is. No one else can ask such a question. You should also put up a picture at the place where you ask this question. Is the God of Gita the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, or is it Sri Krishna? the one who takes the full 84 births. Only the Father makes you pure from impure. The Krishna souls takes 84 births and becomes ugly. The Father sits here and explains, you have taken 84 births. You do not know how your own births. Actors should know how they take 84 births. The religion of the sannyasis is completely separate because the people of Bharat do not know their own religion. They continue to go into other religion. When someone receives wealth through the blessing of a guru, he stays with that guru. However, if he then goes bankrupt, he would say that is the will of God. When they have a son, they become very happy. But if the son dies after 10 to 12 days, they say that is the will of God. It is not in my hands to bring him back to life. Baba has seen many such examples. There are many of them like that. The father is sitting here and he tells you, children, sweetest children, become pure. Do you remember that when the great Mahabharat war took place, Draupadi called out, Baba, these devils are striping me. Protect me from them. This is a matter of 5,000 years. Only because of this wise are innocent ones assaulted. Even some women are such that they cannot do without poison. They are named Surpankha and Putna. Those who harass others for vice are Kans, Jarasandh, Sisubal, names of devil in the scriptures. All of them are to be destroyed. At this time it is the devilish kingdom of Ravan, and it will then be God's kingdom. You now know the whole cycle of how you take 84 baths. You forget this when you indulge in vice. The faces of those who indulge in vice grow pale. They themselves understand and feel, what have I done? The father says, children, don't fall into the gutter of poison. It causes you sorrow from its beginning through the middle to its end. Don't get involved in that. Take an oath that you will never indulge in vice. God speaks, lust is the greatest enemy. In every picture, write this first. The ocean of knowledge, the purifier, the bestower of the knowledge of the Gita, God Shiva speaks. Then the name of Krishna will be removed. The God of the Gita sits here and teaches us this. We are receiving this same knowledge now. God comes and establishes the new world, and the old world is then destroyed. There is the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. It is really Shiv Baba. You wouldn't say Rudra Baba. In Bombay, they have the Baburinath temple, Lord of Thorn. Babul means thorn. Why have they named him Babulnath? No one understands this. The image, the images of Shiva. They have given him many names. Shiv Baba comes and changes the forest of thorn into the garden of flowers. He is your Baba and his name is Shiva. The words very clear. Salutation to the Supreme Soul Shiva and salutation to the Brahmins who are to become deities. Just as a physical father would explain, so the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, sits here and explains in exactly the same way through this chariot. Children, don't defame the name of my clan. Don't do anything bad. This Baba also says, children, never indulge in vice. Unless you become pure, you will not be able to claim a high status in the heaven. You are earning a very great income, whereas everyone else is losing everything. Although someone may have multi-millions and constructs huge palaces and spends hundreds of thousands of rupees, you are understand that all of it is a waste of time. None of it will be useful. Everything will be destroyed. They think it will continue for 10 to 12,000 years. You children understand that death is just ahead of you, hanging over your heads. In just a short time, there will be earthquakes and everything will begin to shake. Countless people die in earthquakes. Destruction now has to take place. You have had visions of destruction and establishment. You will then see those again with your physical eyes. They make so much endeavor on the path of devotion, but no one can go to Vaikunt paradise. There cannot be salvation without knowledge. All of those are toys of the path of devotion. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. We, the spiritual children, says Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence of Dharana. First, don't perform any bad actions that would defame the name of the clan. Promise yourself that you will remain pure. Secondly, don't waste your time or money. In order to go to the garden of flowers, remove the thorns. Blessings. May you be the cleverest and crowned one with the lesson of you first. May you be the cleverest and crowned one with the lesson of you first. Just as Babdada calls himself your obedient servant, and by calling himself your servant, he is automatically crowned. In the same way, you children have to be humble and give others an elevated seat. When you sit the other person on that seat, he will get off and make you sit on it. If you try to sit on it, he would not allow you to do so. Therefore, to sit others on it is to sit on it yourself. So, make the lesson of you first firm. Your sanskars will then easily harmonize with theirs and you will be crowned. This is the way to become the cleverest one. There is no effort in this and also greater attainment. Slogan. Introverted elevated souls who stay in solitude are the ones who experience an avyakt stage. Introverted elevated souls who stay in solitude are the ones who experience avyakt stage. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.